Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Omoyera Uluwatosin, and on the channel today, I'll be showing you how to draft a presence ammo bustier. And if you are new to my channel, please click on the subscription button and also on the notification bell so that when I upload a new video, you will get notified. Without further ado, let's jump straight into the tutorial. So this is the landmark we are going to use, and as you can see in the video, I've already drafted a armhole. So what we have here is our chest line, the bust point line, and the waistline. So that's the chest line. You can label it as the chest line, the chest line. So after marking the important line, the next thing you want to do, you want to mark the nipple to nipple measurement, which is also known as the bust span measurement. So the nipple to nipple measurement of my client is 8 inches. You're going to divide the 8 inches into two and mark it from the center front of this pattern. So that's the next thing you want to do. Your nipple to nipple measurement or your bust span measurement. Now we are going to mark the nipple to nipple measurement on the bust point line, not on the chest line, on the bust point line and on the waistline to create a dart line. After creating this dart line, on both sides of the dart line on the waistline, you're going to come in and out half an inch to draft a dart or to draw a dart. Now I'm just following the first line, which is the dart line, and the next thing you want to do, you want to mark your dart amount on both sides of this dart line, which is half inches. Then you connect this half inches to the bust point. So now that we have a dart to work with, the next thing you want to do, you want to mark your under bust measurement. Now you're going to take the under bust measurement from the top line, that is the shoulder line. I'm just going in with my tape measure to mark my underbust line points. So after marking it on the dart line, I'm just making sure that I have 2 points to create a straight line. I'm not going to rule a long straight line, just a short that will accommodate the underbust tightening. So the next thing you want to do is now trap the process armhole. And before we do that, let me do the underbust tightening. From each dart leg, you can see the dart leg, not the dart line. The dart leg, you're going to come out 0.75 of an inch. That is half and quarter of an inch. And on the bust point, you're going to come down 1 inch. To create room for your bust, then you go off from the bust point 1 inch as well. Before drafting the process armor, I'm just going to come with my pattern master and draw the cup. You can use your hand if you know how to curve perfectly well into the half and quarter of an inch that we drew from the dart leg. Now you're going to connect this point to the dart on the waistline. You can see the way I connect them to the waistline with a slant line. Now we have done the underbust tightening. We're going to cut that part off. The next thing you want to do, you want to do the armhole. You can see I've already marked the points where I want my princess armhole to be is at the center of the armhole, but you can work with any point on the armhole. You can work on the center, below the center, above the center. As far as it's on the armhole, it is also a princess line. It is also a princess line. Now that I was sure that this is what I want for the process armor, I'm just going in with my pencil to draw the armor from that 1 inch point into the armhole. Now this is it. You can drop this into any point on the armhole. It is also a process armhole. It should not always be on the mid armhole. You can work with any part of the armhole. Now I'm just going in to draw my notch lines so that when I match this pattern together, it will match perfectly well. The next thing you want to do from here, we want to add our measurements On the bust line I mark quarter. On the chest line I marked quarter of the bust measurement. That was why we were able to drop the armhole in the first place. Now on the waistline you're going to mark quarter of your waist measurement plus the dart allowance that you add, which is 1 inch, and connect it to the bust line. So what you see me doing here is just dividing my client's waist measurements by 4. Once I was done, I marked the reading on the waistline. I included the dart allowance, which is 1 inch. Next, you want to connect the waist to the bust line measurement on the chest line. This is how to draft a princess armor bustier. The pattern for this dress has a zipper at the front. Now we are going to include the zipper allowance. Before we do that, I'm going to add an extra pattern paper at the center front of this pattern before drafting the neckline and the zipper allowance. After taping the extra sheet at the center front, make sure you make your center line more visible. From this line, you're going to come out 1 inch. This is the zipper allowance amount that we're going to use. As for the neckline, from the top line I'm just going to mark 6 inches, or you from your bust line, from your bust point line, you move up the bust radius amount plus 1 inches so that your cleavage will not show. And at the end of the day I still got 6 inches. What I had there was 6.5 inches before. Now I have 6 inches to work with. Now we are going to draft the V neckline. V neckline is not slant like the way you always think. It's a bit curved. I'm just marking the zipper allowance, which is 1 inch. You extend this as well. And also on the waistline, you extend the waistline to the zipper allowance. Now you're going to draft the neckline. I'm just extending the neck depth to the zipper allowance as well. The next thing you want to do, you want to draft the neckline. After drafting the neckline, this is what you should have. I'm just going to fold the center front line backward and use a tracing wheel to trace the neckline so that I will get the direction where the zipper allowance line should go. This is optional, but if you want, just follow my pattern. I just like following the lines in my pattern. So I'm just going in with my tracing wheel to trace the neckline at least 1 inch. Then I'm going to follow that line. That's so that when I fold the zipper allowance backward, it will rest directly on the neckline. This is just optional, but this is what I do when I draft pattern. So that's the direction, that when you flip it backward, it will rest against the neckline of this pattern. So we are going to set this aside and work on the back part of this tutorial. This is the back. The first thing you want to do, you want to come in from the center back 1/2 inch. Remember that the back is not always straight, it is a bit slanty, and you're going to connect this to the bust line or the chest line. I think I later connected this to the bust line. After I was done, the next thing you want to do from this point, you want to go in from this center back, the nipple to nipple measurement as well. So I'm just following the slant line. Now I'm going to mark the nipple to nipple measurement from the center back. I'm going to use 4 inches as well to draw my dart line. After drawing the dart line, the next thing you want to do, you want to draw your dart as well. On the waistline, on both sides of the dart line, come in and out 1/2 inch and connect this to the dart point on the bust line. So now the next thing you want to do from here, you want to curve or draw your princess armhole at the back as well. Before you do that, extend the dart line up by 1 inches like the way you did at the center at the front. You're going to mark 1 inches here, and then you're going to connect the curve from the 1 inches into the armhole. That's how to draw a princess armhole. Draw your notches so that it will help you when you are drawing your pattern or sewing the pattern together. Now I'm just going to mark quarter of my waist measurement plus 1 inches for the dart on the waistline. Then I'm going to connect the waistline to the chest line, because that's on the chest line. I mark quarter on the bust measurement on the chest line. So this is how to draft a princess armhole. Now, because you don't want bulkiness around that back, I'm going to come up from the waistline by 1 inches and connect it to the side seam. Remember that you're going to add a zipper and you don't want that zipper to be poking out at the center back. Now you're going to measure the waist measurement from the side seam. So what I have here is quarter of the waist measurement, so you're going to remove the excess as well into the chest line or the bust line. If you notice that the length of the dart differs on both dart leg, now I'm going to measure what you have on the first dart leg to the bust point and take the same reading on the second dart leg. So that my pattern will be equal when I'm matching it together. Now you're going to connect this into the center back. So this is how, ignore this line, that's our new line. So you're going to cut twice of this and twice of the side pattern. As for the neckline, I'm going to come down 1.5 inches and connect it to the 3.5 neck width that we add on this pattern. This is how to draft a princess armhole for the front and back bodies. If this tutorial was helpful, please give this video a thumb up, like and share my video, and don't forget to tag a soulmate. Follow us on all of our social media platforms. My name is Omoyega Oluwatosin on all of my social media platforms, especially on Facebook. Please do have a nice day and bye.